We are living in an era of AI code editors. Every day there is a new AI code editor out there, and in fact there are more AI code editors than software engineers with jobs. Some of these AI code editors are good, some are bad. Most of them are bad actually. But we have really impressive tools like Bolt.new, Vizro.dev and Project IDX. But the problem with all of these tools is these tools can build like really good front end, but when it comes to like back end functionalities, when it comes to like creating databases, when it comes to like creating back end functionality like authentication systems, like payment processing, none of these tools will help you. I mean, you'll still have to build your back end separately, and that can take a lot of time, that can cost a lot of energies, and maybe you'll need to hire an extra resource or software engineers to do that. But what if I tell you there is a full stack software development tool out there that can actually build you not only the front end of your application but back end of your application as well, the complete back end of your application. That too, just like you create, like you give prompt in your chat interface and then it creates front end for you. So similarly, see just in the same way, it creates back end as well for you by simply just giving it a simple prompt. So this is just as simple as that. So the name of this amazing tool is Lovable.dev. I think I have reviewed this tool already. You already know about this tool. The most impressive thing about this tool is this tool has integration with Supabase. What is Supabase? Supabase is a backend development platform, just like Firebase or just like any other backend development platform. But this is Supabase is like an amazing backend development platform. I mean, you can build your entire inside Supabase. So using Supabase. So now Lovable has integration with Supabase. That means you can create full stack backend application right inside your Lovable.dev chat interface without writing even a single line of code, without even knowing what it is writing. So it has all these capabilities, and we'll actually in this tutorial I'll walk you through this entire tool. We'll just like choose one idea and then we'll actually start developing that idea, and then I'll just like give you a detailed step-by-step guide throughout. So let me just switch so this is Lovable.dev. I think you have seen this tool before. So what we'll do, as I promised in like, as you could have seen like in our thumbnail, that I said that you can build $1 million app idea. So I asked ChatGPT, suggest me a $1 million web-based app idea. So ChatGPT gave me this idea is actually a subscription-based platform designed to simplify and personalize healthcare management for individuals and families. The app centralizes medical records, schedule reminder and care coordination, offering features for patient, caregivers, and medical professionals. So sounds like amazing. Let me just copy this as it is, and let me just go back to Lovable, just like we do in let me just give that prompt here. I could actually copy this entire thing and give that to Lovable.dev, but the problem is most of the times whenever we like give this kind of like detailed guideline to this kind of tools, they really just get overwhelmed and they just like complicate things and they start hallucinating and we don't get anything. So let's just give a please develop front end for this application. So let me just do that. Let's not give any like design ideas or anything about this software. So let's just see what it comes up with. So we are just going to create front end for this. So let's see if everything goes well. Let's just wait for a minute, and you see like while it is developing. So on top right, there is a Supabase icon here. So by simply just clicking on that, you won't need to do anything. You just need to like log in into Supabase. I'll guide you in a minute, but it is directly inside Lovable, integrated inside Lovable. That means we can create our backends inside Lovable. Then this is just like so seamless and so fascinating. You have no idea how much impressed I am with the entire thing. So all right, so I have created a modern professional healthcare management. Okay, so all right, let's just see what it comes up with. Okay, this is what it has created. It has created like a front-end interface, like rather than like a landing page. We can ask it to create a landing page, but I think it has created directly a dashboard, which is fine, which is perfect. All right, so let's not worry about design. We know that we can create like beautiful, amazing designs. We'll just take this to Cursor and then like create an amazing design inside Cursor. But right now our main problem is to create backend, right? So now let's just like start developing backend. So what you need to do once you have like your first initial front-end version, what you need to do is simply just click on this button, this amazing charming button, and the next thing you need to do, just click on choose your organization. My organization name is this, and then click on create a new project. Simply just click on this button and then I'll name it something. Let me just name my project something. What I should name this. Let me just so because I'm creating a tutorial, so let me just create a password. simply just copy this password as it is, just paste this password somewhere secure and safe where I can just remember this again, and let me just click on create a new project. Supabase is free to start, free to use in the beginning. You can create I think 3 projects for free. This won't charge anything from you, so you can simply just create your organization name and then simply just create an empty 2 to 3 projects. That is more than enough for you to like develop. So there is no complex things, there is no like, you don't need to like worry about to set up your backend or anything. I mean, this will direct you to a URL to create a project for you. You just like create a project in there, and then let's just wait for it to set up. So right now it is just setting a project, and that's it. That's the only interaction that you're gonna do with Supabase. Or maybe later on, if you're gonna add some sort of like API key, so it will just ask you to go to a certain URL to add API key to a certain place on it. So once you've done that, what you need to do, you can simply just now please create an authentication system. All right, so I think it just okay, I'll help you implement the authentication system. So now it is actually going to implement this authentication system. Perfect. So let's just wait for it. It will take just a couple of minutes. One thing that I see here, I cannot see the code. That's bad. That's really bad. But yeah, I mean, to complete white Supabase setup, please make sure Supabase environment variables are in your .env file. I have already connected my project with Supabase. Please create authentication system using Supabase. So I think it just took it wrong. I mean, it got confused about because the word was created like it was not. So authentication system components are already present in your code base. You have okay, so authentication system is already implemented with email password to use it inside your set your Supabase environment variable in .env file. So all right, so I need to do make sure where is env file. All right, so in previous conversation it was actually a bit detracked. I mean, it started hallucinating, so I just created this new empty project. The same, I just copied like this thing same from here. Let me just show it to you. There it is. So I just copied like that same prompt here, and then it created a front-end design for me. This time it created a different front-end design, and then it created a simple login system for me. So now I'm actually right here in my lovable.dev, and then now it has created a simple, so with my email address I can now log in, simply invalid login. Okay, so let me just sign up. Hold on, I'm just my password was 123456789. All right, so simply just click on that, and now it has created a basic functionalities about this, like uploading your medical record. So it just created this, like just for sample, I just created this functionality, which was personalized care dashboard. Let's just create next functionality to show you how simple and how easy it is to like just create it. You just have to make sure that you don't like say anything other than what is required. Otherwise it can just like hallucinate, and you just like completely detrack from your original path. Let's just implement this feature, this functionality, or maybe this one. Let's just go with the second functionality, and then let me just copy paste it. So right now what the functionality that it has actually implemented is you can upload your medical record. You can simply just click on that and then upload, choose any image, and then it will just simply upload your medical record. So it will just add that medical record updates successfully, and then you can simply just click on view. So it was already there. Other one will actually be uploaded in a minute. And similarly you can then set up health goal. So I think we can just, this function is not yet activated. So yeah, so this is what it is, what it has already. So let me just go to the next functionality. Let me just please create this next functionality. All right, so let's just wait for it to create this next functionality, and then but you can see like it has created a proper dashboard, like everything is proper. You can see I am signed in right now. There is a sign out option, there's a dashboard option, there is like then this basic functionality. So now let's just go to the next stage, apply changings. While I was offline, while I was not recording, so okay, so it does execute, like it can actually, you can run your SQL commands, SQL queries directly from here. So it does all of that for you, so you don't need to even like worry about that as well. So what it did, so I just like clicked on publish. You can simply just click on publish and then choose either you want to keep this project as a private or as a public. So you can simply just, I just chose like to be a private one. So now you can, once you do that, you can simply just click on deploy, and then it will just deploy your project directly. It will give you a simple like a link for your project, and then you can simply just access it. Once it is going, it will actually implement this functionality, then we'll actually deploy it and then test it. I also implemented payment functionality with Stripe. I couldn't share like my Stripe IDs, but yeah, I mean I did implemented that. I'll show you that in a minute. But I mean, you can see like it is now going to create this functionality for us. All right, so there is this caregivers, invite caregiver. Once I click on that, I think it's not working yet. There's an error. Let me just click on try to fix. So right now the code is broken, so let me just try to fix it. So once it will fix this error, then I think we can test it. So similarly, I think the way we face errors in v0.dev, we just like ask it to fix and then it just fix that errors. Similar here, but dev is completely front end tool. This is a full-fledged full stack backend development tool, like a full stack development tool. So you are developing all of these functionalities directly inside your browser, all of the backend implemented. So let me just go back here, click on invite caregiver. It is not working anymore. There is still error. Let me just fix this error. So it should just fix that. But yeah, I mean, of course, the tool is not perfect. It has still errors. It will not work as a full stack engineer works, but yeah, still it's quite impressive the way actually I implemented like login system, I implemented payment system on this project. So everything worked like seamlessly. You can try it yourself. We can just like give it a try, start from scratch and then implement authentication system first, then implemented payment system, integrate Stripe with it. I integrated Stripe with it. I like added my Stripe product here. So you'll see in a minute, I'll show you that how it works seamlessly with that. So all right, let me just see if there's an error still. There's still an error. So I think if I click on invite caregiver, it is still not clicking on anything. So anyways, let's just worry about that later. For now, let me just click on deploy and let me just deploy it privately. I'll just do that. Simply just click on publish and then deploy. All right, so my site is deployed. Let me just click on this link. So it will just provide us this link. And here it is, our site, standalone site is created. Let me just show you the front end that it created. So if you just click on that, I think it will just ask us to log in first and then it will show us the rest of this stuff. Simply just click on sign in and that's it. All right, so now let me just see, I cannot still add. So I think this error is still there. It is not resolved yet, but yeah, I can like any new pictures, any new photos in here, it will just upload everything. So medical record uploaded and it will just add it here in our list. But yeah, I mean, you can just like refresh it and then you can even maybe test it on your backend side. So simply just let's sign out. We are back to our this thing to implement like sign in with Google and sign in with GitHub. Right now it has just provided these placeholders, but to implement this functionality, you need to go to Google Cloud Console, just go there and then create an empty project inside your Google Cloud. So and then what you can do next, you can simply just go to your API and services and then go to your credentials and then create a new credential and then you can give it a client ID and secret ID from here. So you'll still need to like do that yourself. Client ID and secret ID, you need to provide that to enable your Google sign in with Google functionality. So once you have done that, then you can simply just like enable that sign in with Google functionality. So perfect. So I think that's done. And then let's just give it another try to fix the error that we're facing, or let's just like maybe implement the next functionality, which is maybe this one. So let me just paste it here and see if it works. Apply changings, SQL are already executed, the migration is being done. Okay, all right, perfect. Let me know when you would like to. Okay, so the migration is implemented. Let me know if you would like to proceed with implementing the front end components for the appointment. Please implement the front end components. All right, let's just wait for it. All right, perfect. So it has now implemented this front end functionality, this front end component for booking appointment. So you can simply just add new appointment and then see if you have any appointment scheduled for that particular day. So yeah, I mean, you can just now go back and forth. There is still a build error. So I think the best way would be to push this code on GitHub and then, I mean, it will automatically create that repository and then you can simply just import this code into Cursor and then you can just like carry on developing from there. So it is still modifying. Let's just make sure that it does that. But yeah, I mean, this is how, I mean, it can help you to develop something like full stack, including your backend. So you can actually manage your entire backend directly from Lovable.dev using Supabase. So this is just amazing. I mean, I am really impressed by that. I know that first trial it got detracked and then I had to like create a new project. I stopped video. I don't know that how long it will take. So it created like a functionality which was for payment processing. Then it created a basic login system that it now created all of these functionalities one by one that we are asking it to develop. So this is just amazing. Most important thing is like, because now Supabase is connected with that, so now you can build a complete backend within Lovable. So now it totally depends on you. I just suggest you, like, this is the most important part of the video, which is my recommendation to you is, now you got all of this front end, full stack development tool. You can say this, you got like the entire full stack development team. You got backend engineers, you got front end engineers, and then you got UI UX of creation, like the design tools. Now you need to utilize these AI tools, these AI agents to create a functional full stack software. And you have to make sure that you build like something serious, something meaningful, and utilize these tools in the best possible way, so you can build these demos and these tools, these prototypes, in a less possible time. So now your role is a product manager. You build these tools as a product manager, and now you can just like simply use these tools and then create something serious out of it. So I highly recommend you that you should upgrade your skills as a product manager. I recommend you watching, there is a video of Greg Eisenberg. In fact, I got this idea from his video, Greg Eisenberg. If you just search on YouTube, you'll find him latest video from Greg Eisenberg for product management. About this, like utilizing these AI tools for product management. They have like a detailed brief video about that. So please just go ahead, try this tool. Do let me know what you have created, share your experience, and then I see you in next video. Bye.